Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me yet again. Today, a little bit of a change in my workflow style. Basically, I decided to start using a pencil and do my rough sketches before using ink or whatever other medium I might use to finish up my drawings. What you see me showing in here, it's, I guess you would call it a vintage or a retro not fountain pen, technical pencil from Rotring. This has been in my collection to close to 30 years. As a student, this was one of my biggest prized possessions. Pencil used to be a huge thing in my life back in the days. I used to write with pencils, sketch with pencils, draw with pencils, and then I kind of diverged into ballpoints and then fountain pens and ink. Well, actually, fountain pens and ink has been with me for a very long time, but mostly was writing, not necessarily drawing with it or sketching. Pencils and ballpoints used to be my main thing for sketching and drawing. So yeah, this has been in my collection for a very long time. Used it for many years, and then it's been sitting for even many more years, and I decided to pick it up, see if it actually still works. Everything seems to work just fine. The clickety-click seems to work just as good as it used to. Sounds just as good. I'm actually playing with it right now, in case you didn't realize that by the clicking noises that I was making. The only thing that I think it wasn't good anymore was the lead that was in it. I don't know if lead eventually over time absorbs water, but it feels like this specific lead that was inside the pen, it was kind of, it felt like it was too big for the pen, and it was breaking as it was pushing the lead through the tip of the pen, and I changed it after the drawing. I'm still basically did my original sketch with that old lead. And actually, I had to fight a little bit to remove it. When I put a new lead in it, which is a couple of years old, I think it fit in way much nicer and without effort. Yeah, the model number or name, because this one didn't have a number, it's Tiki 2. Specifically, the size for this one was a 07. And I was curious to see if you can still find them. Yes, apparently there is a newer version with a slight design change to it that is called Rotring Tiki Retro. And it comes in 07 size. Speaking of, I do have actually two Tikis. I have this 07 and I have a 1 size. I might, who knows, maybe I'll bring it in the future in one of my sketches. And then I also find out that you can still find these as vintage pencils, and they sell for like 70, 100 Canadian dollars. It's like, wow, that's a lot of money. The other thing that I've seen about the retro is that I don't really like the new quote-unquote retro design. The clip is not as nicely constructed as this vintage version that I have. And I'll call it vintage because I guess 30 years old, probably it is a vintage. And I love them. I still love it. It's been scratched, used and abused, and still working just fine. It's just, it has the wears. Anyway, enough of the pencil. I love the pencil, by the way. For the pad, my basically new pad, well, not really new pad. You've seen me doing a drawing with it when I was trying to experiment at the beginning of the year with ink or painting with ink. I did one of these where I first did like a background colored using found the paintings, and then I sketched on top of it. I have a video which it's more like towards the beginning of the year. So I decided to jump on this pad and finish it. It has a more conventional size, which is 4x6, which is really good because I could use literal photo albums to just stick my artwork in it. It's like a postcard size, which is kind of cool. So I did a little bit more more reading about the Artist Loft. Apparently they're actually pretty big as a brand. I was not aware. And the Artist Level 2 is like more quote-unquote semi-pro grade that they have. Apparently they have 3 grades, 1, 2, and 3. 1 is for beginners, 2 is more for I guess people like me that are now professional artists or professional watercolor artists or painters. And then you have like the pro grade, which is like level 3. So far I like this paper. Apparently it's really good for working with wet on dry, not wet on wet, which I kind of did this time around. As you see me doing the painting now, I actually did not soak the paper. I was actually curious to see if, because I forgot, to see if the paper will curl as much, and it didn't. But then again, I did wet on dry, not wet on wet, like I used to do with the other pad that I finished. So I'll continue working with it. I'll continue working with this new approach, trying to do the pencil sketches. I might not do all the time the pencils in the video. One thing that I like about this is that sometimes I have an idea that I want to put on the paper right away. And using a pencil will probably be the best thing because it takes me like, 5 minutes just to sketch the overall idea. The other thing that I like about using the pencils is that it kind of it's easy to erase any mistakes. It's much easier to just do random drawings without committing to the final sketch until I find something that I like, and at the same time helps me keep myself balanced or on the page. With ink, sometimes I feel like I'm kind of catching myself in a corner. Doesn't mean I won't do this again with just drawing straight with ink. It's just I want to experiment and do the pencil first. And I want to use pencils a little bit more. Like I said, I have a couple of pencils that will just be sitting around, and will be nice to take them out and have some fun with them. Anyway, I'll continue with this format, and I mean, I might sprinkle a thing or two, a little bit different. Anyway, blabbered for a long time. I think it's enough. And thanks for joining me. Hopefully, I will see you next week. And until then, as usual, I wish you nothing but the best and a wonderful day or night, whatever you are. Take care. Bye.